I know that we can overcome it, but now is the time to come together for the greater good.
If we're doubling the number of people in hospitals, which we did over the last week, it doesn't take much to figure out the math is going to be pretty overwhelming very quickly.
Uncontrolled spread of COVID-19 cases in both Iowa and Minnesota.
With cases doubling in recent weeks in both states, both governors Tim Walz and Kim Reynolds are taking action tonight. Our Alex Tejada listened to both of them today and has more on what they had to say. Alex.
Tom, Caitlin, with thousands of new cases a day, Iowans and Minnesotans worry about their health as well as their livelihoods. The responses from the state's governors both warn of potentially adding more restrictions if cases continue to increase at the same rate, a rate that is already threatening hospital capacities in both states.
And I think what we're finding out now is who is all of us, when is all the time. It's the where that we can be a little more focused on.
Cases in both Minnesota and Iowa are overwhelming contact tracers and threatening to overwhelm hospital capacity.
If we all don't step up and do what we need to do to help manage the virus, it's gonna get worse, and we're just seeing that.
It has gotten to the point in Iowa where Governor Reynolds has now enacted a mask mandate. However, the possible loopholes in the wording is causing confusion.
What is the message to Iowans who are confused? When should they be wearing masks?
Well, if they're confused, I'd say just put the mask on.
But she says the mask mandate is just one part of slowing the spread.
Medically, whatever that shows these things work.
Oh, there's science on both sides, and you know that. If you look, you can find whatever you want to support wherever you're at.
Which drew immediate criticism for sending a mixed message to Iowans.
No, it doesn't.
Well, but
Nope,
but to
it
say,
doesn't.
but Iowans who don't believe in masks is, and you know, you're saying that perhaps you're saying they're effective, but then there could be some data showing that they aren't.
Meanwhile, in Minnesota, WALZ announced targeted restrictions on the hospitality industry last week, hinting at more restrictions concerning youth sports coming Wednesday.
The same thing with our businesses, the same thing with our schools. If we don't get a handle on this, it's not going to be a choice whether we keep it open. There's going to be no coaches to coach, and we're going to have more kids in the hospital. It is inevitable with this growth.
And has one final message as we inch towards the holidays.
As painful as this is, do not gather with those large families. Keep it inside your household. Keep it with folks who have been quarantining and isolating. And let's get through into the new year and celebrate right when we get to spring.
While there are hospital contingency plans for space and utilities, the most valuable resource in short supply is the staff needed to care for patients, COVID and non-COVID. And according to CARE TV, Minnesota Governor Walz will speak tomorrow at 6 p.m. He's expected to add more restrictions. Reporting live in the studio, Alex Tejada, KTDC News.
All right, thank you, Alex.
Let's